You're gonna like this one. This one's really fun. Popular invisible forces, visible in plain sight symbols, in particular, in no particular order, are pyramids, all-seeing eyes, pyramids with all-seeing eyes, obelisks, pentagrams, checkerboards, cubes, owls, butterflies, and double crosses. Curiosity is conspiracy. Truth is theory. Backward is reality. But there's hope.
Hey guys, this is Bix Weir, roadtoro.com. I'm here with a friend of mine, Benny Wills, an amazing human being. I met Benny last year at an Acapulco, mutual friends with David Morgan and Dale Olmsted. And wow, just watching him speak at the Acapulco conference was mind-blowing. First of all, Benny, thank you for showing up here on the Road to Ruta.
Oh man, my pleasure, Bix. It was great to meet you there, and I'm glad that we're keeping that correspondence going now.
Absolutely. So for you Road to Ruta guys, I know Benny's new to a lot of you. He's going to be old hat really fast because this is somebody you want to watch, you want to follow. I'm going to give you a little bio. He was actually just at you were at the Red Pill Expo, right?
I was the master of ceremonies at the Red Pill Expo.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's like throwing a little kerosene on that fire.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's where I got this intro. I'm going to read it. Benny Wills is a stand-up poet as well as co-creator of conscious comedy YouTube channel Joy Camp. He is a classically trained theater actor, holds 2 degrees in performing arts, and has appeared in more than 50 stage productions around the world. 51 coming up in Spokane. We'll talk about that in a second. In 2004, he declared to himself and the universe, quote, "I want to know the truth." Oh my God. You're right with all of us. Mm. This vow led to the destruction of numerous paradigms and belief systems, as well as an inevitable and uncomfortable breakup with his career as a professional actor. Stepping onto the path of truth was the best decision he could have possibly made, however, and his life has since opened up in ways he never could have imagined. For Benny, seeking truth, doing what is right, and helping guide humanity out of its current conundrum is a moral obligation. Hence, he has devoted himself to living with purpose, being of service, and hastening the awakening this world so desperately needs. Yes. I just, 2 hands up on that one. Cool. I'm excited that other people think the way a lot of my fans do, and the way I stepped away from banking, you stepped away from acting, both crazy professions. So, Benny, I know there's a transition coming for you. Why don't you tell us about that and also tell us how the Red Pill conference was?
Sure. Well, first of all, it was actually pretty cool to hear that bio out loud. I wrote it, but I've never heard anyone say it. So it sounded actually pretty cool to hear.
Damn, you're cool. Huh?
And it's all true. It's all accurate. That's my life story in a nutshell. So right now, I finally decided to branch away from Joy Camp, which was my original YouTube platform. And it's still going to keep going, but it's more of a group thing. And I've had so much encouragement the last couple of years doing what I do as a solo artist that I felt like it was finally time to separate and make it and stop confusing the issues. So now there's Joy Camp, and now you can follow me, Benny Wills, at Benny Wills YouTube channel and on all the various other social media platforms. But I just wanted to create a space that I could put my work and solely my work, and that's pretty much it. And I just got started like 2 weeks ago.
That's awesome. I'm happy to kickstart you. For all you Road to Ruta people and other people who watch my videos, go to Benny Wills' YouTube channel. Click subscribe because you're going to want to follow this guy. I swear, go to Joy Camp as well. But I mean, if I ever want to break from reality, dealing with real issues and problems, but presented in a different way, it's comedy, but it's really biting comedy, and it makes me uncomfortable at times, but at times it doesn't. Go to Joy Camp, go to Benny Wills YouTube. Just do it now and pause the video and do it now so you don't forget. All right. And then you can come back and we'll continue our discussions. So, okay. First of all, I'm excited about it. New ventures are always kind of scary, I remember the first time I broke off from GATA, the Gold Anti-Stress Action Committee, and said, I discovered this Road to Ruta thing. I got this whole theory. I'm writing for Le Metropole Cafe, which is Bill Murphy's site. I'm going to do my own thing. It was scary. I hadn't quit banking, so it wasn't a money issue. It was more like, God, I had such a huge audience over here. Can I do it myself? And best decision. I am all for everybody. If you have a talent, if you have a skill, your job, if you can work for yourself and control your own destiny, that's the best way to go. So congratulations, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I feel like I've been getting a lot of encouragement, and it's been moving in this direction for a long time. But as you said, it is kind of scary to start over from scratch, especially with what's happening on YouTube these days. And I know that Joy Camp has definitely been flagged a few times for having controversial content. So to start over on that platform, given the current situation, is also even more intimidating. But it's got to go for it because it's right. That's pretty much what it comes down to, because I have to, and it's right, and people respond to it, and I want whoever it reaches is who it's meant to reach, and I just got to follow that and not get hung up on the numbers, because that will drive you insane.
Absolutely. And I watch your channel and I'm like, well, hey, wait a minute, you have some videos that are still monetized on Joy Camp, right?
Well, I just monetized. Okay, I had never monetized on Joy Camp. I just monetized last week, only so that I could do a live stream and do the super chat.
Yeah,
because that was recommended to me. People were saying that if I did a super chat, they would give me some donations in real time. So in order to do that, I had to monetize the whole channel, which I had never done before because I didn't want to do that. But I did do it last week, and I still couldn't activate the super chat. So maybe I'll just go back and go back to not being monetized. Well,
no, I mean, to me, I believe in capitalism. I believe people should be able to make a living doing what they love to do, and a format like YouTube was originally, well, it was strange because it wasn't born out of free market. It was born out of the CIA, out of you go back to the creation of YouTube. It was actually a guy named Mark Collins Rector in the 90s, who's a really dark figure.
I know all about that guy.
Oh, yeah?
From an open secret.
Yeah.
I had no idea. He's involved with the creation of YouTube?
He has the patent on YouTube in the 1990s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a great documentary. I learned a lot from that. And then I dug in deep, too, on Mark Collins Rector, on Chad Chatley, Brock Pierce, and those guys. I dug in too deep. I got lawyers after me now, so I kind of have to back off a little on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the YouTube, it was funded by InQtel, which is the CIA's investment arm. So it just gives you a hint.
Not surprised.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's such a huge platform, and
right. And
you can't
the
go
problem is, and that's where people are. I mean, they are they're silencing us, but they're also just putting us into a corner. So we're on our own island, so that we're in an echo chamber. And there's plenty of other platforms that I'm also on, like BitChute and DTube and Minds.com. But there's no incentive for the masses to go over to those sites yet, anyway. So we have to just keep, diving into the belly of the beast and try to reach people, because YouTube, for better or for worse, is still the platform that people are going to for videos. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's widespread. The problem, if they defund my videos, that's fine. They're going to do that. To me, I think it's bullshit, but it's when they shadow ban you and they don't tell you they're shadow banning you, and
right.
But you can see it in your own data.
Yeah.
For example, I'll post a YouTube video on my website, and my website, I can track how many people go onto the site, how many people click on that page and click on the video. Yeah. And I've had videos with, that's only got, 2,000 views, but I see that 20,000 people had clicked on it. How is that even possible? It's shadow banning. They just don't tell you.
Yep, exactly. It's happening to almost everybody that I know who does YouTube content.
And your stuff, I mean, I've touched upon a couple of your things and I got instantly demonetized. I got a strike. But when you present it the way you do in poetry and comedy, and it's more seen as satire, I think. So you get away with a lot more.
Yeah, you think so? I think that I think well, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that with my new channel, since it is mainly poetry, that it will be harder to, you know, to get rid of, because it's art. It's and I don't want people to get the wrong impression either. I make jokes about this all the time. What I do as poetry is not the cliche, stereotypical, self-indulgent, pretentious, fragmented thought poetry. It's actually has very little to do with me. It's about bigger ideas and sort of a Dr. Seuss quality and George Carlin that's very, I think, entertaining. So I don't get the wrong impression. People hear poetry and I think they immediately get turned off. So it's not what you think.
It is. Let me just interject here. It is amazingly, one, it's entertaining. And I think, I've been doing all this spiritual work with these guys lately. I think you have a stream of consciousness going when you do this stuff, or when you write this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that is literally divinely inspired and flowing through you. And
cool.
it is really amazing to watch, especially when you're live and you're doing it.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I'm finally putting to use 20 plus years of, stage experience to good use. I mean, that's really what it is. And it's really awesome to be in that place, because I spent 20 plus years on that path, working my butt off to be good. And then when it fell apart, because it compromised my integrity too much, I went through a period of feeling like I'd wasted my time. So, well, man, I put all that time and money and energy into this thing that's no longer useful to me. Now what? So then coming around to performing this poetry that I'm writing and, implementing big truths, it's the perfect coalescence of all my skills. And it's now making sense. Like you said, divinely inspired. Well, it feels somewhat divine that it's like I needed to do all that so that I could do what I'm doing now. I put all that work in on the front end so that I can now do something that I never would have anticipated, but now it all makes sense. I had to go through those 20 years in order to do what I do now. And it's awesome. It's really awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of the work I've been doing now for myself. Is like, I'm writing all these songs about, banksters and cryptocurrencies and freedom and all this stuff. And I'm like, I couldn't do this stuff without, 30 years of, being in the banking system, being out of the banking system, fighting the gold and silver battles. It was all leading up to where I am now. And I'm sure this is leading up to where we go in the future. And it's amazing when you kind of stand back and say, wow, was this designed beforehand? Am I just like living this thing and acting out my designed plan and fulfilling everything I wanted to fulfill in this lifetime? I'm at that point now going, damn, I couldn't have made this stuff up even if I tried. Yeah, it's been tough getting here, but now that I'm here, I freaking love it right now.
I hear you, man. I think that's the key. And I try to tell people that because people are usually pretty, at least the ones that talk to me anyway, at these conferences and stuff, they're usually pretty impressed when I'm done, and they're just impressed. And I say to them, it's because I have a lot of experience. It takes a lot of work to make something look effortless. And I tell them that they already have whatever they need to contribute in some way. It doesn't have to be what I do. They have the skills, they have something they're good at, whether it's performing on stage or, growing a garden. I mean, we all have something we can contribute that's uniquely ours, and that to follow that, you don't have to, you can draw from what you already have in your repertoire and your skill set and your life experience that can be helpful to people. You just have to let it out.
Absolutely. And the world needs a lot of help right now.
Sure does.
There's no doubt about it.
And we need contribution. That's what I tell people more than anything. Do something, contribute, stumble your way through, be willing to fail. I mean, that's, as I'm sure that you can agree. I mean, I'm where I'm at in life because I'm so willing to fall flat on my face, but I keep getting back up, and I've proven to myself now that I can fail and be fine. It just comes with the territory. You have to fall down in order to stand back up and keep moving forward. And the key is to not be afraid to fail.
I think you nailed it with that. the fear holds so many people back, and it holds society back as well. That's why one of the reasons I love your message is, although you're dealing with very dark topics, it's a positive spin. In some weird way, it's really a positive spin. This stuff getting out in the open of all these secret cults and financial malfeasance and pedophilia and the
Yeah.
I know you can't say that stuff. Oh my God, I watched your video, the PSA, not public service announcement. It was a progressive service announcement.
Oh, censorship.
All the words that you can't say anymore.
Yeah.
I was dying, and
That's
it's
awesome.
so true.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm going to do, guys? Before this video starts, I'm going to put some of Benny's work up, and then after it ends, I'm going to put some work up so people get a feel of what we're talking about here. Because, I mean, I feel privileged that I know the work, but a lot of my audience doesn't yet.
Yeah.
They will now. So I'm going to
Cool.
do that just to make sure they get what we're talking about.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm surprised that video hasn't been taken down yet, frankly. But we did it in a way that I know it's very lighthearted. You're right. I mean, that's it. That is what I do, because I'm an entertainer. I mean, I do liken myself to. And if anybody's ever read Shakespeare, there's an archetypal character that appears in several, excuse me, of the tragedies, and it's the fool character. The fool comes in, and he's the entertainer. He's the court entertainer usually, and he drops these pearls of wisdom, but they're a part of this comedic, fun presentation, and everyone laughs and claps and they love it. But he's the smartest character in the play, and I'm not saying I'm the smartest person out there, but it's I'm dropping heavy truths, but I'm doing it in a way that's very palatable and very pleasing to listen to, and can subtly break through people's barriers and their walls, and they can start to think about these issues more than they would before, because I presented it in a way that's inoffensive.
Yeah, I mean, I think about the talent that you have to present this stuff, and a lot of it, if you're into conspiracies, you've started to dig down that rabbit hole, and that's actually one of your pieces is called The Rabbit Hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and that's kind of the cool thing, is that you're able to put it all together. I mean, literally lump so much together into one skit or act, or what do you call them? Mini show? Or...
Well, on Joy Camp, it's sketch comedy. So I guess it's,
okay.
Sketches that we write out, parodies. And then with my channel now, what I'm doing now in the world at conferences and events is performance art. I guess I call it stand-up poetry, because it is like a blend between, slam poetry and stand-up comedy. So that's what I call it. I've coined a new term with it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing, there's a few things I want to touch upon also. The big one is that you have agreed to perform at the July 14th Freedom Roadshow event in Spokane, Washington. David Morgan is also going to be there. I'm so excited about that event, and we're literally coming to your front doorstep. So I asked Dale, I go, hey, is Benny around? Could he work with us on this? And he's like, oh yeah, he'd love it. And so I think you're going to love it. My audience obviously is going to love it. I got more and more people now coming. I'm like, okay, if you guys want to come, send me an email, bix@roadtorudo.com, so I know how many people are coming. It is completely free with appetizers provided, but you got to buy your own booze. The event is from 2 to 6 is what I think we're scheduled at the Chateau Rive in Spokane. Really cool spot. Have you been there before?
Yeah, I actually just saw it last week. Yeah, It's awesome. It's a really cool spot, actually.
I want to utilize the indoors and the outdoors, because Dale was showing me pictures. He's like, well, it's cool down here, but check out this outdoors. I mean, it's right on the river.
Yeah, it's a cool venue for sure. I'm excited, man. When he told me that you were coming and that you were interested in having me perform, I mean, it was an immediate yes. Of course.
Awesome. And the more I watch your videos and understand your work, and I mean, we're coming at this thing from two different angles, but the exact same message feeling of exposing people to this stuff, but not in a way that's, oh my God, you're going to die tomorrow because the Rothschilds have got a hold of your life. It's, hey, if we expose it, that's the first part of breaking free from it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was just on a podcast the other day talking about, because I actually got the other day someone gave me a pretty bad comment on the video I put up on the Joy Camp channel, because he said, you're making fun of things that are too serious to make fun of. And I completely disagree with that. And I said on this podcast that we have to laugh so that we can work through the fear. When you laugh, it allows the fear to dissipate, and then you can be more objective. And when you're more objective, you can see that these people, whatever that the elite or whatever you want to call them, they're actually pretty pathetic. They get their experience of reality and of this world is horrific. I mean, they have to do some pretty outrageous, inhuman things to get what they want, and that's pathetic. I'd much rather be in this boat. So when you can laugh at it, you work through the fear, and you can see it objectively, and you can start to really come up with tangible solutions towards, creating a better world, because they're just parasites. And we have all the power in the world if we just could remember it and see it, and this world is beautiful, and people are kind and good. Everywhere I go are pretty cool people. So it's just going to take a little more work. So we have to keep at it, because I don't know, the future is bright, I think.
Dude, you're right in the road to Ruta, right in the sweet spot. I just thought of this. I hadn't asked you before, and I'm going to put you on the spot right now. I'm throwing a bigger event in Vegas on October 27th at the Litecoin Summit. We have a full day there. I would love for you to come and perform at that event too. That'll be like 400 to 500 people. Check your schedule.
I think it should work. I'm getting married on the 5th of October.
Yay!
Yeah, which is also a really exciting
your
thing.
fiance's name's Sonia, right?
Sonia. Yeah,
Sonia.
she's the best. She's the best. And she's
really cool.
She's really cool. And she's also a sort of truth, freedom artist, activist.
She's a singer too, right?
She sings, and her songs are amazing.
Is she, can I grab her for the show in Spokane?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
She's in. Of course. Vegas on the 27th. Yeah, I think so. I think that should work. I think we'll be all we'll be decompressed fully from our massive, crazy weekend at that point, and the subsequent brief honeymoon.
Are you guys got plans? Where are you going?
Well, I think we're gonna just go stay in some, like a cabin, or do something really low key in maybe Montana or Colorado or Idaho or somewhere nearby, because we spent a lot of time traveling this year for conferences and events, and I think it would be cool to just chill after our wedding.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay local-ish.
Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks.
You're both awesome.
Thanks.
And as far as, I like getting people to a situation where they're making money doing what they love on social media. And I am a capitalist. I will always be a capitalist. I believe in the capitalist system. Are you on Patreon?
I am, and I currently have one patron.
Well, there we go.
I just launched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you Road to Ruta subscribers, all you Bitcoin bin lovers, all you Jason and Four lovers, everybody I'm connected with on Patreon. What is it? Benny Wills?
I think it's just patreon.com/Benny Wills. I'm almost positive.
We'll check it out. Make sure you're subscribing, but let's go support Benny on a month-to-month basis. How much is it a month?
How much can they give me?
Have you monetized a dollar figure at all?
I set up all those tiers, but I didn't put incentives on there. Basically, because we did Patreon for Joy Camp, and I don't know, I have mixed feelings about Patreon. So I made it very simple. You can either give me like $1, $2, $5, $10, something like that. I structured it very simply.
All right. So you guys hit it right now. And when we're done with this, I hate, I'll say, yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then you don't do it. So when we're done with this, go to Patreon. I'm going to go. I didn't know you had the Patreon channel. I'm going to go support him and check out his videos because they're life-changing. I'm going to put one before and one after this video,
Cool.
just so you guys get a feel for it. Anything else you want to tell our audience before I give the commercial?
I guess I could mention that I also accept Bitcoin and Litecoin and actually, yeah, Ethereum, and I have a few wallets set up, so I can share those as well. I should probably put them on my website now that we're talking about it, because the website's also brand new.
And on Patreon description. I don't even know that.
That makes sense. What else? We wanted to mention something about Red Pill. I don't know if you still want me to cover that.
Tell us about that Red Pill conference, your participation and how it was.
Sure. Well, I was the MC for Red Pill, which is awesome. I had only ever MC'd my own events before, so being hired to MC another event was thrilling, and I realized as I was doing it that I'm actually really cut out for that sort of gig because I have so much stage experience and I'm very comfortable in front of a crowd, and I'm good at keeping everything light. So going on between every speaker and just sort of keeping the mood up, because let's face it, I mean, a lot of these topics are pretty dark and depressing sometimes. So I like being able to be the guy who comes out and, lifts people's spirits. So it worked out really well. Geoward Griffin, who's a legend, is the man behind the Red Pill Expo. I don't want to jinx this, but he's agreed to publish my first book of poetry, which I'm super stoked about, which I'll be able to, I think we're meeting about it next month. But it was a really cool event, man. I mean, I actually love all these events. They're all great. One of the best things about being involved with so many truth, freedom events and conferences is that I get a front row seat to some of the best speakers and experts in their fields in the world. So I get to have these heavy, information downloads. And then because I'm offering something in return, I usually make friends with everybody there. So I have so many allies now as a result of doing this. So it's really awesome. It's really just a beautiful symbiotic relationship.
That's very cool. And I actually hadn't thought of that either. Because I've seen you a couple times, and you would make an amazing MC. By the way, if you're coming to Vegas, think about emceeing my event there, because it's a full day. We got all kinds of speakers.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about that one.
I'm emceeing Anarcho Vegas.
Nice.
On July. Oh crap. What's the date? 21st, I think it is. And I just got offered the MC position for Anarchapulco.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We're going down there again. Absolutely.
So it's all looking good. I'm happy. When it comes to my own personal life, I'm very happy, but there's still a lot of work to be done in the world outside of my personal life.
Well, I agree 100%. We are like-minded, and I love that. And again, if you guys want to go to Spokane, July 14th, it's a Sunday, 2 to 6. It's a free event. If you're in the Pacific Northwest within 500 miles, you should be there. Send me an email, Bix@Road2Ruta. Tell me how many people you got coming so I can kind of plan for it. And you can check out Benny live there.
Yeah, and then we can talk after, because if you're in the area, we want to meet you, because we want to have more friends up here, because we just moved here less than a year ago. Exactly.
So you want a new friend, a wonderful couple, hysterical, deep, you name it. Hang out with Benny and Sonia.
Yeah, and you can find me again, youtube.com/Benny Wills, youtube.com/JoyCamp, Benny Wills on Instagram, Facebook. Gosh, all of them. You can find me. And reach out. I respond to every single email and every single message I get from anybody. So I'm not doing this for popularity.
That's a real treat for, because I don't respond to anybody. I can't. I get thousands per day. I try, but yeah, that's awesome. You want to get these guys, the up and coming stars, when they're just young. So then they'll talk to you a couple times, and then you forge a friendship. Then they're always going to have to talk to you.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I have to do it 3 months later, but I try to get back to everybody because I know how good that feels.
Yeah.
And maybe if I get to a point where I'm getting thousands a day, I'll have to reevaluate. But at the moment, I'm not getting that much, but I get a fair amount, and it's nice to be able to make real life connections. And I love connecting with people in person too. It's really great when, Facebook friends become real life friends.
Absolutely. Hey, Benny, I want to thank you for coming on the Road to Ruta. We'll see you in a couple of weeks up in Spokane. I'm gonna finish this video with some more of your stand-up stuff, and hope everybody enjoys it. And don't forget to follow Benny Wills and go to his Patreon and sign up for his Patreon as well. Anyway, thank you very much, my friend.
Thanks, Bix. It's been a pleasure.
But there's hope. Change you can believe in. Change yourself, and you can be the change. It doesn't matter what you've done, it matters what you do. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and tomorrow is a day that never comes. Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Start with fresh squeezed lemon juice. Add turmeric, a sprinkle of pink salt, a splash of apple cider vinegar, coconut oil, obviously, avocado, of course, spirulina, cilantro, ashwagandha, and kale. Lots of kale. Okay, bless it and consume mindfully before treating yourself to a raw, organic, GMO-free, Ayurvedic, ketogenic, alkalized, paleo-vegan snack of your choosing. And next, this is really fun. This is a really fun one for me. Next, smudge some sage and bathe in the essential oils that correspond with the crystals attuning to the frequencies of the 7 chakra centers inside your electro-organic body, thereby activating your infinite higher self. Then, it's easy. Just let your light shine. Not done. Journal about your Vipassana meditation before your Kundalini Hatha Vinyasa practice. Relax, reconnect with nature, and breathe. Deep, full breaths. Now, this is the most important part. Now, it's time to bring the darkness to light and face your shadow. Heal your trauma, process your emotions, and forgive yourself. Turn off the television, put down your phone, put down your phone, put down your phone. Please, for the love of God, put down your phone. Think critically and question authority. Embody your alignment, align your enlightenment, and don't take no shit from nobody. Well, that's it. That's it. Oh, no, it's not. Also, build community, grow your own food, and realize the art of you. Just remember to be mindful of the energy harvesting, soul-sucking, hyperdimensional archons. They're a real bitch. That's it. That's everything. That's the rabbit hole for my bullet-pointed notes. Hey, that's awesome.